you the story of Abraham Lincoln, a poor boy who refused to quit and slowly changed the history of a nation. Abraham Lincoln was born in a small wooden cabin, far away from cities and comfort, in a life filled with poverty, hard work, and silence. He was not born into a rich or powerful family, and no one around him believed that he would become important one day. When Lincoln was still a young child, his mother died, leaving him alone in a world that was already difficult and unforgiving. His family was very poor, and they moved from place to place many times, always hoping that the next move would bring a better future. From a young age, Lincoln worked on farms and did hard physical labor every day just to help his family survive. After long and tiring days of work, he did not rest like others, but instead read books by the weak light of a candle. Sometimes he walked for many miles just to borrow one book, showing how deeply he loved learning and knowledge. Lincoln had no teachers, no classroom, and no proper school, so he taught himself by reading, thinking, and asking questions. His early life teaches us an important lesson. Your background and your struggles do not decide your future. As a young man, Lincoln tried to start a business, but it failed and he lost the little money he had. He then entered politics, but he lost many elections and people doubted his ability to succeed. Some people mocked him and laughed at his appearance, calling him poor, awkward, and unfit to lead. Most people would have quit after so many failures, but Lincoln chose to keep going and learn from every mistake. His life shows us that failure is not the end, but a teacher that makes us stronger if we refuse to give up. Slowly, people began to notice his honesty, his simple way of speaking, and his deep care for the country. In the year 1860, the poor boy who once lived in a wooden cabin became the President of the United States. But his leadership began during one of the darkest times in history, as the country was breaking apart in a brutal civil war. Slavery was the deepest wound, and millions of people were treated like property instead of human beings. True leadership means choosing the hard and painful right decision instead of the easy and comfortable wrong one. During the war, Lincoln carried the heavy responsibility of a divided nation and worked tirelessly to keep it together. In April 1865, after years of stress and sacrifice, Lincoln went to a theater for a short moment of rest, but that night he was shot. He died the next morning, and the entire nation cried, feeling as if they had lost a father who guided them through darkness. Lincoln's life teaches us that where we start does not decide where we finish. Failure is not our enemy, and purpose matters more than comfort. If a poor boy with no money, no school, and no comfort could grow up to save a nation, what are you trying to build or protect in your own life?